Hey everyone, I'm Tom and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about my reading plans for July, and this is a little bit of an awkward TBR video to make because as we sit now, I have only finished one book off of my June TBR. So this is about the time of the month where I like to plan what I'm going to be reading in the next month. It's a good time to let anybody who wants to read with me get the book, all that kind of stuff. But with June just being honestly such a horrible reading month, on the amount I have spent reading. I don't think I'm in a reading slump, though it kind of feels like it. I just think I have a lot of other stuff going on right now that is taking away from when I would normally be reading, and maybe I just need to like reprioritize it a little bit. But that makes this TBR a little awkward to make because a lot of the stuff that is on this is the same stuff I said last month. And I hate doing that. I normally would just skip this, but there are a few things that I want to mention here for the month of July. And I think I'm maybe going to just give you guys the opportunity to maybe suggest me some, I don't know why I can't say suggest me some stuff in this video as well, because I really don't have anything that's like really calling to me that hard. And one of the things I do actually really want to read has like a 13-week wait at the library. I don't know why the third book in the series has a longer wait. It like the second book I got immediately, and for some reason this one has a 13-week wait, and it's not like it's a new series or anything. But let's go ahead and start in with what is going to be new for this month. And first up is going to be To Ride Hell's Chasm by Janny Wirtz. This is a standalone book from her, and I absolutely love the artwork on this thing. I mean, it is just brilliant. If you've been around the channel for any amount of time, you know that I'm a massive Janny Wirtz fan. I'm slowly working my way through reading everything that she has written by herself. I don't know if I'll ever do the one she did with Raymond E. Feist. That one's never really called to me, but maybe when I finish everything else she has, I'll want to go and do that as well. And funny enough, I feel like this is one of the books that if somebody has read something from Janny Wirtz, it's probably this one. So I'm finally getting to one that is extremely popular. I really don't know too much about this one other than it's a fantasy standalone, which how rare is that? And I'm sure that, you know, anything by Janny is going to be amazing. Like I've said, I've read a decent amount of her stuff at this point. And this is supposed to be a buddy read with Shay from Zachary Shay. I'll have to double check with him. We talked about it briefly, but I do plan on reading this one. It is, let's see, it's pretty long. So what is this, like 700 pages? Almost 650 pages, decently sized font. So we'll see. That one might take me more than just all of July, especially because if I'm trying to read this and another book by Janny Wirtz, this was originally something I wanted to start in June, and maybe I should have, but that is Initiate's Trial by Janny Wirtz. This is book 8 or 9 in the Wars of Light and Shadow series. So this is another book by her. Obviously, this is a part of a very long run series. Once again, if you've been around here, you have seen me talk about that. And actually this weekend, as this video comes out on June 22nd, we're going to be having a discussion on Stormed Fortress, which is the most recent book we finished. I'll make sure to, I'll put a community post out for that. I think it's already up. I just need to share it out. So we'll be having that. So if you've been following along with that, definitely come along for that discussion. So we have 2 Janny books on the roster, which is honestly some heavy reading. And her writing is beautiful. It just takes a little bit more for me to finish than a lot of other stuff. So at this point, I do just want to say pretty much everything else I'm about to say is very up in the air. And if you have a really good suggestion, I want you to like basically pitch me a book in the comments. If there's something you really want me to read, preferably not something that starts a series. I'm kind of in a good place with series, but if there's something you really feel like you want me to read, this video is going to be a better chance than most for me to like read it immediately. I always love suggestions from you guys, and I'm always adding stuff to my TBR from stuff in the comments, but the rest of this stuff that I'm about to mention is definitely up in the air as far as a lot of that goes. So, and this is all stuff that I mentioned last month, so I don't know if you're going to stick around. I appreciate it, but I did talk about all of this. So first up, I do want to mention Morningstar. Morningstar is the book that I'm talking about that has like a 13-week long wait at the library, and I had no problem getting Golden Sun. I got it like immediately, like day of, like was like, yep, I want that. I could get it from Hoopla, but it's only the dramatized audio, and I'm not a fan of the dramatized stuff. So I want to just kind of listen to it with the normal narrator, and that from Libby is like a 13-week wait for me, unfortunately. So I definitely want to finish out this initial trilogy. I don't know if I'll immediately continue on to Iron Gold and all of that stuff, or if I'm going to split it out and wait a little bit till we have like a real date for what is it, Red God or whatever it's supposed to be. So we'll see there. Next up is The Faith of the Beast. This is the second book in the Captive War. I want to say it's supposed to be a trilogy, but you never know with authors if it's going to be more than what they initially said. And that is James S.A. Corey. That is the authors of The Expanse. The Mercy of the God was I don't know if I'd say divisive, but I think a lot of people went into it, or a lot of people that I watch or talk to on BookTube went into it kind of wanting The Expanse, expecting The Expanse, and it was very, very different from The Expanse. And I think that, expectations and reality really got a lot of people. But I think The Mercies of the God is actually a really good book, just not if you want The Expanse, because they're not the same thing at all. So I'm very excited for The Faith of the Beast. I think it came out last year. It was one of my most anticipated books of the year. Didn't get to it, which is that's just how it goes with new books a lot of the time. And then the last thing I kind of have on the docket, and I'm definitely not super committed to this because I feel like this is one that I've really got to be in the mood for to read, and that is going to be Conan the Barbarian. I think, what is it, the Eyes of the Dragon or something like that is the last story I have to read to complete reading all of the Conan stories. I've been doing this with a couple other people, Jake from Nerd Level Rising, and I have kind of been the two who've talked the most about it in the Discord link in the description. You can join there. There's like 10 or 12 of us in there at this point now, different channels. And there's always people in there talking about books and all of that stuff. So really, he and I have kind of led the way on that one. And so I just got to finish one more story. But like I said, I want to be in the mood for it because some of the stories, I feel like I read them, some of the short stories, I should say, I read them kind of close together, and they kind of all blended together and sometimes didn't really feel that different or original, and kind of felt like I was reading the same thing over and over again. And with the one full-length novel, which it's not even that long, it's like 175 pages, I want to give it the respect it deserves and like read it when I kind of want to. But I'm hoping in July that can happen. July is also just going to be another wild card of a month. I'm going on like a little over a week-long vacation. I'm going to the UK to the Goodwood Festival. If you guys know what that is, it's like a big car thing. I'm not actually into cars. The person I'm going with, my best friend, he is super into cars. And so he has a ticket to that. And so we're going to go, but we're also going to just explore the country. So that means I will probably read a lot on the plane ride. Last time I took an international flight, I read like 8 or 10 hours worth of Iron Flames to finish that. Like basically all in one, not one go, but like I finished what I had left on a plane ride back from Dublin to New York to DC back to where I live. So it was a lot, but I can get a lot done on the plane, which works out really well. So once again, if you have suggestions, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear anything. I'm not feeling super inspired on the reading front right now. Like I said, not a reading slump, just I have a lot of other stuff going on, and I just haven't been able to commit like I normally do to reading, and I'm just kind of letting other stuff bump it out of the way, out of the priority, which you're going to have ebbs and flows when it comes to hobbies. But that is going to be all for me. Sorry for kind of the same video two months in a row, but we do have some new stuff with To Ride Hell's Chasm by Jenny Wirtz. And once again, just beautiful artwork. But that is going to be all for me. Remember to read what you want when you want.